All right. Hey, man, we back as the King and I Life podcast, and we are talking about science or religion. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and share. If you're
Definitely.
listening on the audio version of this, share it. But we're gonna jump back into this conversation because Sou X touched on something in the previous segment that I want to follow up on because it was a good goddamn point. So let's rip right back into it.
All right. So before we went to break, I was saying, that they tell us that religion was discovered in Africa, meaning the oldest man was discovered in Africa, or the oldest being, I put it like that, was discovered in Africa. But there are still parts of Africa still just now, if you will, that are starting to participate with religion. So my question, or the question I'm posing to everyone out there, is if you're telling us that it started there and there are still people within that continent that are just now starting to discover religion, but we have it here within, the confines of our nation, I'm asking a question: how does that add up? Meaning, how does it go from that continent to our continent when there are still parts of that continent that are just now discovering religion? Again, I'm not trying to be a jackie about it. I'm just asking a question. But the point I was making before that, about the whole radio and the whole curiosity, when they gave us religion, I want to know what the hell was here before religion. So, okay, we have religion. We have what was before religion. What the hell was before that? That was before religion. That's how deep my curiosity runs. Like, I want to really know, where the hell do we really come from? I mean, do people actually stop and think about that? And, some people give us this, well, God made us, and, he made man, and he gave us woman from man. And that's all well and good if that's what you want to believe. And believe me, I'm not knocking you for believing that. But me, I'm more of I want to see it with my own two eyes before I can actually wrap my whole life existence behind a story. And true enough, there is no proof that someone can produce right now that says, okay, A, B, and C, and D is how we got here. Bam, here's your proof. Not in my lifetime will that type of proof actually come out. I don't believe. But again, what I'm simply saying is I want to know, where in the hell did we all truly come from? And you can't give me this idea of the Bible and religion when we all know that the earth was here and the sun was here and the moon was here long before religion was even thought about. So again, I'm just posing that question.
Yeah. So I have an accompanying view of what you just said, but a few different viewpoints of looking at that.
All right.
Now, yes, where do we come from? Who can tell me that? Who can prove that to me? Who can concretely say man was created by God and God pulled a rib out of Adam's body and created Eve? Last time I checked, I got the same number of rib bones on both sides. So if me, went off of what I was told and taught, then all males should have an uneven amount of rib bones in their body.
Concur.
And with that being said, to slightly veer off my point, there would be a clear distinction between male and female, and that conversation would be dead for those who want to claim other whatever. But I'll get back into that later. Now, getting back to it, when we talk about religion, now you talked about religion here on this continent.
Right.
Pretty much every religion on this continent was brought from somewhere else. Christianity, from what I know and understand, is not native to this continent. Christianity came from the Europeans who came over here, and it originated in Israel, Jerusalem area, from what I've understood, was taught. So Christianity has made its way from down near the Middle East area up into Europe and spread throughout the world. Now, for those groups of people that you mentioned on the continent of Africa who are just now buying into Christianity or whatever religion that they're buying into, they may have resisted the ideas of these religions based off of what they practice for centuries or whatever. My issue with religion versus science is, if you tell me a man and a woman lays down with each other and produces another human, I cannot dispute that at all. That is a science that I cannot dispute, because I can also say, hey, there's two birds over here. For some reason, they got together and they made an egg, which made another bird. Fish, bats, bears, whales, they all do the same thing. Now, when we talk about religion, I don't know exactly how many different religions there are, but there are several religions on this planet. Different groups of people believe different things. And then, if I might say, when you look at Christianity, it's broken down into so many denominations. So, and for the longest time when I grew up, I thought Baptist, which I grew up as, was a separate religion of its own. I thought Protestant was its own. I thought Catholic was its own. I thought Methodist was its own. But as I got older and I started looking into it, I'm not going to say I did my own research, because the research is already done on these things. As I started looking into it, I'm like, wait a minute. You're telling me that all of these religions or denominations that I thought were religions, they're just groups under one religion. It's like looking at people on the planet. You got people all over the planet, but they are different racial backgrounds for whatever. You got Russian, you got Greek, you got Roman, you got Ethiopian, you got Serbian. So under Christianity, you have all of these different things. And under Christianity alone, there's a small debate on which is the right way, which I have a problem with, because if it's all under Christianity, I don't understand the separation. Now, when you look at people from different places on the planet, like the ones that were native to here, I'm not going to get into black, white, this, that. I'm not getting to all that. The ones who were native to here, they believed in a water god, a sun god, an air god, a forest god, and animals were looked at as gods. And there are several places on the planet that have that same thought process when it comes to religion, so to speak. But when I look at science, it's either this or that. And it's either you look at it from this, how it actually is, because this can be proven, or you look at this and say, well, maybe that's not right because maybe whatever. It's easier to determine something from science to me than it is from religion, because religion is just way out there to me.
I would agree with that. Here's another question I'd like to pose to everyone. So let's say this land existed long before religion, meaning what we know now as the United States of America, right? So the people that were here, that they told us, or the Indians, they had their own religion before we got here, right? What happened to those religions?
Like, that's easy to answer. That's easy to answer.
I know we could say that it was wiped out by the incoming crowd, if you will. But again, my thing is there was a religion here before supposedly the newbies. I'll put it to you like that, before the newbies got here.
Settlers.
We could say that, the settlers. What the hell they sell, I don't really know. But anyway, before the settlers got here, there were all kinds of tribes. There were all kinds of different cultures here within this nation. Again, my first introductory to history was Indians and Pilgrims, which, now knowing what I know that's a bunch of bullshit. But again, where did those indigenous people, where did they get their religions from? Like, who introduced them to whatever their religion was? Was it their ancestors, or did probably someone come out of the sky and say, hey, study this? I mean, the thing that I want people to realize and understand is you have to question everything. Science is cool. I love science. I love being able to prove something is an actual fact and it's not just an idea. But the thing that I think we're all being kind of brainwashed with is, so you have religion or you have science, but there's nothing on the outside of those two scopes. Those are the main things that's pushed to, our societies around the world is either science or religion. But people don't stop to think, okay, what was there before science and religion? What was there? And again, we can go to what we were told was the beginning of our time, or the beginning of this solar system as we know it. But what was here before the solar system? Like, that's how curious I am as a being here on this plane. Is I want to freaking know the very thing that cooked it all off or started it all off. That's where my curiosity goes. So when people come to me with science and religion, I let them have it. Meaning, you are more than welcome to think whatever it is you want to think, or worship whatever it is you want to worship. But I just believe that there's something way past that, way before that. And some could say, well, there's the source, meaning the great creator. Some may call the creator God. I don't know. Whatever it is you want to associate that with. But one thing I do know is we did not get here on our own. We didn't. And I don't give a damn how many stories about these damn we come from monkeys and all that.